Braxton Miller out for the season. Ohio State starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy contender, and Big Ten Player of the Year will not suit up for the Buckeyes. Hi everyone, I am Ray Crawford. Miller re-injured his throwing shoulder in a non-contact throwing drill on Monday and has been told by doctors he will not be able to play. With us from Columbus, from Rivals and BuckeyeGrove.com is Kevin Noonan. Kevin, let's talk about the next man up for the Buckeyes at quarterback, JT Barrett. Is he capable of leading this offense, and does he have the confidence of his coaches and teammates?
Well, you have to like Urban Meyer and Tom Herman, what they can do with any quarterback. JT Barrett is a 6'1", 225-pound redshirt freshman. He hasn't played since early in his senior season of high school after suffering an ACL injury. He just recently took the number 2 spot over from Cardale Jones. He's a very well-liked player. He's got a good arm, maybe not as big of an arm as Braxton Miller, can run the ball, but nobody's in the same stratosphere with Miller when it comes to running the ball. I think he's a very confident quarterback and could do a lot of good things, but let's remember, he's not Miller.
Let's get Doug Chapman in on this, and that opener against Navy is approaching quickly. You lose Braxton Miller potentially, but as a leader, how much does it set this Buckeyes team back, you think?
It sets them back. You know, people talk about the next guy up mentality, which is great, but the thing is that the next guy isn't Braxton Miller. Braxton Miller was the best guy up. When you lose the best guy at your position, you're going to feel it. Mentally, that's what the team's going to feel it. When I was at Marshall, Chad Pennington got hurt late in our last year there. We were making a run. We're ranked in the top 15 in the nation. And the possibility, the thought of him not being there throughout the course of the season was on people's minds. Yes, we had Byron Leftwich, a very capable backup, but mentally is where it hurts your team, wondering if your star, your guy, the guy you know can make plays, if he's not going to be there. And you look down that schedule, you know, those games at Maryland, at Penn State, at Michigan State, they're going to be a lot tougher if Braxton Miller isn't there.
Kevin, how many wins is Braxton worth?
Braxton's going to win you 2 or 3 games that you might not win under normal circumstances. We've not seen JT Barrett, so we don't know how many wins JT's worth, but Braxton, with his legs, with his leadership, with his arm, which has been much maligned by a lot of people, still going to win a couple games for you that you probably shouldn't win. So I'd say 2 or 3 right there. I mean, you win 10 games just coming out the gate with him, in my opinion, as your quarterback.
Yeah, you talked about his arm. You know, Braxton Miller is only a 58% completion guy throughout his career at Ohio State. So the thing is, but he's a dynamic football player. With him on the field, they could go undefeated or possibly lose one game. That Michigan State game will be tough. Without him, they're a 2 or 3 loss team.
Now, Ohio State has a quarterback situation. Kevin, so who has it worse than Ohio, the Browns or the Buckeyes?
I think they're both in bad shape, but I'm going to go off the board and talk about my Cowboys. I'm a Tony Romo fan, or I'm a Cowboy fan and not a Tony Romo fan, so I have nothing to say at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ohio State for 2 reasons, because there's more expectations. They're talking about a national championship there. The Browns are just trying to finish above 500. And the second reason, at the end of the day, if the Browns go 0-16, guess what? They're all getting paid, Jack. Ohio State players ain't getting paid. So I think Ohio State's got it worse than the Browns.
That's right. Kevin, we'll keep an eye on your Cowboys while you keep an eye on the Buckeyes as well. Great to have you with us as always.
Thank you.
The experts in Las Vegas have mapped out the season and the odds. What about the Mountain West? Our experts warn us not to etch those numbers in stone just yet. We get over-under numbers from them in the Mountain West on CampusInsiders.com.